Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless. Guys, in the last episode we came to the Clockwork Sun, and we're just looking around. Where did we get to? What is this? Head towards Azimuth. Why is it? The strength of the sun, you need 39 at most. We were in the glass house when I ended the last episode, which is a place where they keep prisoners. So there's a chance we could have a 51% chance. Wasn't that 49 last time? Can't be. Let's have a go. They either scream or sing. You may not get anything halfway lucid from them. Wait. You root out one of the newer prisoners, a woman whose mind isn't entirely fractured. Her eyes are shining gold, her fingertips pearlescent. With a calm manner and firm words, you momentarily manage to stop her singing. With a newly focused gaze, she tells you what she's seen. Men, shattered, men unmade. It hates us, she says, staring at her glass-tipped fingers. Ooh, two tales of terror. Okay, so the next we can approach the half glass empty. Only one cell is locked, and the man within is neither singing nor screaming. The left half of his body is shimmering translucent. Only the flesh and muscle of his left half is vitrified, not the bones and the blood within. The glass is suffused with 1,000 fine, frozen capillaries, like delicate red cracks running through ice. He fixes you with an anguished stare. Get me out of here. Oh, excuse me. So he wants us to help him get out of there. Why is his cell locked and his alone? There was an exhibition hall once, never a prison. An engineer must have had to install those bars, especially for him. The others would not leave, even if they could. Their minds are lost. The empty attempts a one-sided shrug, and, well, the Empire sent me here because I was smuggling sunlight from the Neath, back before the horizon closed. When I sold it, I told my customers that the light from the Clockwork Sun was toxic, and true sunlight was the only cure. Ended up causing a minor panic in London. I think one of the engineers locked me in here because he took offense at my criticism, though he gestures at his vitrified body. I stand by it. I mean, we'll help him. Agree to help him escape. Help the empty escape. A barely perceptible nod. The glass in his neck creaks. Thank you. His voice is hoarse, and he speaks in barely a whisper. You will need to find a permit for my release and present it to the steward. Forged, legitimate, I don't care. You will need to acquire 3 Ministry approved permits. I don't think we have 3. I mean, I'm pretty sure we don't have 3. Hurry away from this place. The hell is this Terpscore fault? The vaults below are safer, protected by a dozen layers of stained glass. Beneath the machine bristling surface, you find a ring of 9 vault doors, each engraved with the name of a classical muse. 8 are locked and barred behind signs saying things like vacant or under renovation, or in one case, unfortunate chronological discrepancies. The 9th, marked the Terpsichore, is the only door open to you. When you enter, your footsteps ring through the dusty barracks and abandoned canteens. These are the engineers' quarters, but they are all on the surface, working, except one. The broken steward has been working on the sun since before it first shone. She has been here far, far longer than any of the engineers above. Oh, I remember this lady. The broken steward makes her way carefully towards you, cane clacking on the floor. She has a markedly stiff-limbed gait, and her arms creak as she removes her helmet. Well, we only have one of the three, so I guess we're not going to be doing that. But we'll speak with her anyway. She smiles. Her teeth glint oddly. She catches you glancing at her mouth and smiles even wider. Her teeth are shards of cracked glass, protruding at odd angles from her gums. It's not just the teeth, she says, with a brisk air that brooks no sympathy. Damned sun turned my bones as well. Terrible nuisance, really. It gets in the way of work. You notice her fixed neck, her stiff limbs, her careful movements. It's not too bad, she says. It's a good thing I like soup. Ooh. That's horrible, isn't it? Just your bones. You'd have to be constantly worried about breaking your bones. Okay, so we got a mission from the sequencer to deliver some goods to the work world. So I may do that. We need more permits, and then we're still on the whole we need to make more money thing. So, oh god, that's really loud. Okay, let's get the hell out of here because the terror is going to be horrendous. I wonder if we can get around this way. Oh, one way of finding out. This backdrop for the Clockwork Sun is amazing. Does anyone know why it causes vitrification? I can't say I've ever looked this up. Why does the light from the Clockwork Sun cause people to turn to glass? I thought it was just supposed to control their minds, make them sympathize more with the sequences, I suppose. No, apparently not. Apparently there's more to it than that. I'm really hoping this doesn't end in my unfortunate demise. Still haven't got any good guns. But you know, we don't really need them, I suppose. We're just gonna run away. Oh, that's a waft. No, waft? Not the right word, is it? Waft in time? Rift? Whatever. Bad thing. Bad thing that causes bad trouble. I will always remember them as the thing that broke my game when I first started recording a series. Time just didn't progress anymore. Brilliant. God, that was so long ago. That must be like a year ago now. I've been doing this for a very long time. Yeah, this should be okay. We should be able to get to London from here. Bleak and stony stretch of sky. Ah, some music. Wonderful. I still love this music. Like, I've listened to this music a lot. I use it in a lot of my editing and everything. Still love it. It's so well composed. And it fits the atmosphere so well. There is a new exceptional story out this month. I have yet to play it. I have no idea what it is. But expect that on Thursday. I suppose that doesn't count if you're watching this like miles away, but there'll be a new exceptional story at some point. Oh, God. Oh, dear, this is going to be entertaining. Can we get through here? I hope so. Let's hope that's not a hostile dreadnought. Oh, good job. He's as good a pilot as I am. Hope he doesn't decide that he wants to crash into me. We should totally go to the Ministry. Ah, yes, we should go to the Ministry. I was told, yes, I need to drop off my port reports. Somebody reminded me in the comments of the last episode. Like, do you know you haven't got any money? How about you drop off all this random rubbish you've been carrying around? I say rubbish. Random intel. Aha! A number of instruments of government are located here. The Horological Office, which regulates time across the Empire. The Office of Works, which ensures the jobs no one else can be bothered with are done. And the Ministry of Public Decency, which curates the notion of Britishness with the same care and Wow, I've never seen that word before. Oh god, it's the butterfly collecting people. Oh no. Oh, how'd you say it? Oh, I know it. I know this. It's really easy. I've just got to read it, but my brain is literally not telling me what. There we go. Google will save me, don't worry. Person who studies or collects butterflies and moths. I can get this in the recording.
Lepidopterist.
Lepidopterist. There we go. I was just looking at that word going, I can't split it up, I can't read it. Wow, that's a pair of glasses. Look at that. I don't remember that being a thing. That's a new guy. Let's go to the... Is it the Ministry of Public Decency or is it works? Oh man. Let's go to decency and see what's here. A huge horseshoe-shaped building of white stone, white columns, clocks and iron gates. Inside, its walls are panelled with dark wood, crimson carpets worn by frequent passage, blood-red floors. Within its chubby-hole offices, auditors toil to protect the sensibilities of Londoners here in the heathen sky. Yes, request an appointment regarding intelligence you've gathered. Perhaps the information office would be interested in your recent reports. The Conjurer's secretary gives you a brilliant smile. Well, that sounds entirely opposite. Does that make sense? That sounds entirely opposite, yeah. Take a seat, dear. She writes a note and inserts it into a pressurized delivery tube by her desk. 15 minutes later, a general auditor arrives, a portly fellow with white, wispy mutton chops. Pleasure to meet you, my lady. Let's go to my office, shall we? He leads you through labyrinthine corridors. A new bust of the Emperor seems to wait around every corner. Okay, well, I guess can we take tea with him? His office is small but comfortable. One wall is lined with books, another holds a window with a small window box in which he appears to be growing decorative fungus. His office is poky, its walls lined with leather books. The clockwork sun glows in the windows, rose gold in the smog. His window box holds a spray of decorative fungus. He sits behind his heavy, many-drawered desk. Well, what can we do for you today? His wispy mutton chops quiver eagerly. That's what the Ministry does. Exactly. He puffs out his cheeks. Clearly, he has a speech prepared. A mill makes grain. A factory makes, I don't know, socks, and so forth. We, my lady, make Britishness, a priceless commodity here in the heavens. It must be cradled, nurtured and nourished. Without it, we would lose ourselves. He looks at his window, unsettled. We are very small, you see, and the sky is so very big. And who determines what constitutes Britishness? A relevant question. Why, we do. In consultation with the most impeccable sources, he indicates the beautiful books on his shelves with a smile. Spencer, Tyson, Blake, Payne, you ask? Hardy? Mary Prince? No, he frowns. No, not them. Authors. Wonderful. How does the Ministry pursue its task? You've heard of their zeal, of furnaces to which inappropriate books are committed, of corrections to venerable works like Shakespeare and the Bible, of their printing presses rattling out endless public information posters. Firstly, with the truth, which is not, I must make clear, the same as facts. Facts can point at anything, but the truth is straightforward. It puts us on the right path. Secondly, by respecting and preserving our traditions, they are not quaint. They are not modded? Oh no, that's right. They are tried and tested. After all, they brought us here, didn't they? He's got a point. What does the Ministry consider an enemy? What threats imperil Albion? Well, the obvious, of course. Revolutionaries, rebels, strikers, morally depraved, those who besmirch Her Renewed Majesty's good name, God save her. He rubs his chin thoughtfully. But there are newer, more seditious dangers too. We stand in the vault of heaven, and we must defend our way of life against the enticements of the new. A thing is not more precious because it is strange. People forget that. I guess we'll return to business. You bid him a good day. Toodaloo, he calls after you, turning his attention back to a fresh manuscript on his desk. He tuts and takes out a pot of black ink and a heavy pen. So we'll deliver our port reports. Well, what do we have here? He asks, pouring you both tea. He listens intently, writing notes on a pad of paper. His comments are absolutely neutral. I see. Fascinating. Well. You notice your reports are filtered into separate piles. Afterwards, he writes a requisition form for you. Just pop this into finance on your way out, and they'll see to the needful, he says. Terribly grateful. Best keep this information to yourself though, eh? Rest assured, we are experts. We'll ensure it's handled sensitively. Altering the strength of the sun. I still want to know what this is. It's like the sun is going out, and I have no idea why. At least we got some gratitude with the Ministry, which seems like it could be very useful. Oh, we could trade the favour for the... How much do we need? Oh wow, you can get a cryptic benefactor? 20 or more, good god. Royal dispensation, wow. You won't get more for it. You can surrender your contraband. You won't get much for it, but nor will you get arrested for possession. You know what? We need some Ministry stamped permits, so let's go. 2. Oh, we lost 2. Damn. He rummages through his many-drawered desk. That's an E4-C. No use to us, or indeed anyone. Oh, here we are. Wait, no, that's a paraffin requisition form. Where the devil? Aha! Success! He retrieves a densely typed form, stamps it, and hands it over. Perhaps this is the one you'll need. Okay, should we check out the other offices while we're here? I mean, I might as well. Go to the Office of Works. The Office of Works is a bustling, bureaucratic enigma. Behind its red-bricked flanks labour numberless clerks and surveyors. What mysteries lurk within its memoranda, its chits and its receipts? What exactly are its eponymous works? No one is sure, but in a drafty loading bay, an unflappable foreman purchases supplies to complete outstanding work orders. Provide the foreman's requirements to earn payment. He sniffs and leafs through a dog-eared ledger. The Office of Works, school blesser, has very particular requirements. Very particular. Let's have a look. Okay, so what do they want? Here we go. Order 8446-D. Still needs an explosive. Not your regulation shot and shell, neither something with some heat to it. Enough to turn glass to gas. You might need to box clever here. I mean... Okay. We could complete it straight away. That seems very good. The foreman pales as you show him your improvised experimental explosive. Christ almighty, Masterson! Take this away! Carefully. On the plus side, that did get us a lot of sovereigns. Oh wow. You've gained 10. The faltering strength of the sun. I am kind of... Well, the strength of the sun is faltering. I hope if that gets like 99, the sun just go... That would really be bad. The next one would have been cage catches. I don't think we have any cage catches, but that was wonderful. Truly, truly wonderful. Wait, there's a shop here? Ah, they sell fuel and supplies. Whoops, wrong button. Yeah, this is just the same as London's market. Wow, these artworks look a lot cleaner than when I last looked at them. Alright, so we may as well go to the horological office, you never know. I'm going to forget that I've got a horological quest, but there you go. Tick, tick, tick. Albion's heartbeat. Clocks of diverse size and shape line the walls of this small, grey office. Each is meticulously tuned by the royal horologicalists and inspectors as practice for their thankless, complex task of ensuring the consistency of time across Her Renewed Majesty's territories. Oh wow, that's a lot of things here. Okay, let's start at the top. Speak to the chief horologist. Oh man. He sits hunched in a thick grey blanket, his crow-like stare fixed on a disassembled clock. Its gears are almost too small for the eye to see behind the glasses. Times change, I have heard. Well, not if I have any say in it. He reaches for a pair of tweezers, the pincers barely thicker than a human hair. The time in London must be the time in Barbizon, in Warbley, in New Winchester, in Lustrum. To the second. It is the privilege and duty of this office to ensure that continuity. He sniffs. A task that was considerably easier before we began spending hours like shillings and sixpences. Now it might be yesterday in one place, and the next week in another. It's most untidy. Look at the clock of Albion. From this side it is a polished wonder of valves, pendulums and cogs working in perfect harmony. Only the finest engineers were permitted to work on it. Every component is encased in polished glass. The hands, sharp enough to slice paper, slide between the exquisitely carved numerals with buttered smoothness. Only the second hand is permitted to jump from movement to movement, and it does so with the precision of a military march. It's for the tourists, of course, grumbles a bleary-eyed apprentice. Albion's time really based on the old tick-tock man's pocket watch. He keeps us straight. Except that time on his 19th birthday when he had one too many and the whole of Albion lost 2 hours. Okay, let's examine the array of clocks. They all have names of ports within Albion and the Reach. Lustrum, Barbizon, Port Prosper. Despite the vast distances involved and the complicating efforts of local hour usage, all of the clocks show the same time. Each of London's territories is expected to run on Albion Standard Time. But London is a long way from them. Despite being a commandment from the Empress's own lips, it is a law more often breached than observed. Ask about the nature of hours. Their use remains poorly understood. The chief horologist doesn't bother to hide his weariness in his voice. No, despite the imaginative claims of certain penny dreadfuls, hours can't take you back to yesterday, nor leapfrog tomorrow. But with the use of hour looms, a week's journey can be made to take a day, or a prisoner can endure the 10 years of his sentence while only 1 year passes outside his cell. A work world can perform a month's labour in a week. A lifespan can be stretched. The empire, my lady, runs on hours. I mean, we could ask about getting a job. Pretty sure I failed this last time I tried. A job for serious people. The chief horologist looks surprised at your inquiry. Horologists tend to be cut from a specific cloth, a rather greyer fabric than that worn by a skyfarer. However, you have the right to take the examination if you wish. He blows the dust off a textbook and bids you sit down. No calculation devices or writing implements are permitted. Ah, crap. The chief horologist peers over the book. If the current time in Pertinence is exactly 17:15 of the clock and the time in Albion is 1834, what, pray tell, is the current time in Lustrum? It's going to be 1834, right? Because everyone has to have the same time. Oh man. Is that your answer? We'll continue. And now a tricky one perhaps. Chief Horologist coughs. The train from the Barbizon work world arrives at 11:30 in London. The current time shown on the Master Barbizon's clock is, he winces, 14:30. If the train took exactly 1 hour to make the journey. It does not. Of course, I merely offer this as a hypothetical for the sake of testing. What was the accurate time of the original departure from the work world? Well, 10:30, right? Interesting, very interesting. He pauses for a moment before writing your answer down. You wait patiently for several minutes, but the third question doesn't seem to be coming. The chief horologist's eyes drift closed. A thin string of drool dribbles down from his otherwise dry lips as he snores. Nudge, nudge the chief. Gently, the fellow must be pushing 100. He wakes with a start. Oh, excuse me. He glances at your answers. Well, you seem to have the idea. No point going through the other 248 questions. Congratulations, you are now officially a Royal Horologist. Apprentice 3rd class. He pauses. Speaking of which, I have an assignment for you. Temporal inconsistency, a suitable test for your practical skills. Take this pocket watch. It is both your badge of office and your compass pointing to the correct time. Wear it proudly. Keep it well wound. Do not get it wet. The smaller gears are quick to rust. Woo! We got a job! He didn't tell me where to go. Okay, never mind. Perhaps not. He said he had a job for me, but there doesn't seem to be a place to get it. How very strange. Oh well. Oh god. Okay, I've spent this entire episode just reading. Whoops, sorry. What I will do, now I'm here, is buy the secret compartments. And I think we will see if we can play the Ministry at its own game and try and sneak some contraband through into a place. Because I am feeling like I want to see how this system works. I have a horrible feeling it's going to go horribly wrong, like it always does. But if we can find a way to make money, we can finish the wealth ambition, and I may have a look at the story ambition, which seems to focus more around the sun. And my intrigue to the sun is, well, I want to know what's going on. I've been playing this game a lot, and I still don't know the basic storyline. Okay, so that's not a corner. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, almost crashed. We're fine, don't worry, it's fine. I am mildly concerned that if I buy the hidden compartments, I won't have enough money to actually buy stuff to go in the compartments. How much are these? Oh, they're 150. That's not so bad. But okay, is it? It's this. Okay. If I buy that, do I get the concealed cavities as well? It seems like a bad idea because I'll be dropping armor plating. That's not my ship. Where's my ship? One of these is my ship. Keep clicking till we find it. That's the map. This is my ship. I was clicking on it already, never mind. I suppose we could... that's only giving me 8 armor. Yeah, it's 450. I don't think I want to spend that much money. So let's just... We're going to test this theory out. We're going to buy just one of the winch and pulleys. That goes in the auxiliary... Oh, we have an empty auxiliary slot anyway, so that can go... There we go. That always gets me every time. I'm like, why is it not working? And then... I mean... Think of illicit literature. Can we get a description on what it is? No game. There we go. What censored sentiments are held within its pages? Are they seditious, revolutionary, lascivious? The Ministry of Public Decency would be horrified. Wave 5. They have weight? As weight? Oh yeah, weight plays into fuel consumption, does it not? I don't think we can afford 8 somehow. No. But I could sell some other stuff. Right. Oh, right. I could sell it here. I was really confused as it was like, what? I don't own any of these, but no, I do. Okay. Well, either way, I'm going to have to end the episode here, but we now have our hidden compartments. So, in the next episode, we will have a go at smuggling and see just how much money we can make from this whole illicit travel thing, assuming we don't get caught at the gate. Which I have a funny feeling that's what's going to happen. But either way, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell me what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And as always, I'll see you next time.